any impact at all?
Hey, Jim Cramer, can I ask you something, big guy?
Sure.
Two things. First of all, when you were talking about the Fed, that solution didn't work because what you're saying now is pretty much the lay of the land. But my second question is, do you think Wall Street was any different, or are we just now maybe looking at it from a little bit different perspective? Come on, Jim. The playing field grading has probably always been the way it is, hasn't it?
Well, I do think that I never felt that there was a level of fiction to the financials, honestly. Rick, I got to tell you, I always counted on Merrill Lynch to have really honest financials, and it just wasn't the case.
I agree with that, too, but some of these products that these investors that are going to litigate for 08, do you think they were not aware they were getting a few hundred basis points rich? I mean, these aren't dumb guys, Jim.
Well, no, but no one could understand these products because they all worked on the same model. As long as unemployment stayed below 5%, no one would ever walk away from their house.
Do you remember a couple of years ago when the Fed behind the scenes was scrambling because the salespeople were selling the derivatives using paperwork on the back of cocktail napkins? They said that some of these derivatives paperwork in the back office was 9 months behind. They let that go on. There was so many red flags, and you're right.
But Greenspan loved that. That was financial engineering. He applauded it. So did our friend Buddy Pal Bernanke. They loved it. They just didn't understand that. I sold that product. I put some of that product together at Goldman Sachs. We would sit there and say, hey, what happens under this and that? I don't know. But boy, the commission's so huge. Let's jam it.
It's all about following the green.
No, it's all about the commish. The commish on structured product is gigantic. I could make a fortune jamming that crummy paper. But I actually had a degree of conscience. Whoa! Shocker.
It's the same story on the front of the Wall Street Journal.
I mean, less than the guys who did the real jamming. I did do well in the New Jersey Turnpike bonds.
The same story on the front of the Wall Street Journal today, talking about the mortgage brokers, about how the mortgage brokers all make their cut based on the idea that they say yes to everybody. They never say no to
regulators.
anybody.
We used to regulate people, but we decided that was bad. The Reagan Revolution, we don't regulate anymore. But look, the commission on a structured product is so gigantic. First of all, the customer has no idea what it really is because it's embedded. Second, the customer's really stupid. That's what you always do. You used to joke. You get off the desk, you say, the customer's really, the German banks, they are bozos. Throw them anything. Oh, the Australians, morons. And then you would look at the state. You're like, oh, look at that. The Florida fund, they're so stupid. Let's give them triple B. And we would just laugh. That's what they do. They laugh and they laugh at the customers and they jam them with the commission. And that's what happens.
Yeah, isn't it?
That's what happens.
It kind of looks like the joke's on them. I mean, the whole theory behind the originate to distribute models, you get it off the books of the banks, and it's turning out that they really weren't off the books of the banks at all. There was all these forms of recourse.
They did get stuck with a lot of it. I think some of them actually believe the Kool-Aid. But remember, this is about commish. It's about commissions. It's about how much money you can make by jamming stupid customers. I've seen it all my life. There are stupid customers
ever behave differently, Jim? Salesmen always sell the product. Gee, think back over 10 years ago. Orange County, ring any bells?
Yeah.
I don't know. Look, when I worked at Goldman Sachs, I was told if you jam the client, they will not come back. One of the reasons why I think Goldman has an intact franchise is that I was told never to jam. Just don't jam. Because everyone else is jamming them, and they'll be your client for life. Why is Goldman doing well and everyone else is doing badly? They don't jam. Goldman never jammed. They never told me to go hit them.
Jim, I got another question for you about dumb money and if the sovereign wealth funds are the dumb money today. But before we get to that question...
They got a lot of it, though.
Yeah, okay, they got a lot of money. But before we get to that question...
You mean the terrorist sovereign funds or the communist sovereign funds?
I just mean the sovereign funds.
I'm trying to always figure out the communists. Do we want the communists to own the banks or the terrorists? But, I'll take any, I guess, because we're so desperate.